I want to show you really quickly how you can change the course total column in your course away from showing just a sum to showing either the percentage that your students have or showing even the final letter grade. So let me explain this a little bit. So if you've worked in the Moodle Gradebook and you've gone to the grader report, you've probably noticed that your course total column by default, unless you've changed this, by default shows just the sum of your grades, right? It shows the sum of whatever your student has done in this column. Now, for some people, that's great. That's all you need. But other people really like to see the percentage or even what that letter grade is. So instead of seeing a 245 here, they would see like 87% or whatever the percentage the grade is. Moodle can do that for you. So let me show you how you would set that. So I can't actually do that here. What I have to do is I have to go to a different gradebook view in order to get to change this from that default sum view into a percentage view. So I'm going to go back over here to the left-hand side of the gradebook. And what I'll do is I'm going to change this from grader report, this drop-down menu here, and I'm going to go to gradebook setup. And gradebook setup is where I can change that display in that course total column. So I click over here to gradebook setup. Now, it's a little bit confusing, but you don't go down to the bottom here where it says course total to change what the display is. You actually change that display up here at the top. And it's just a quirk of Moodle. But anyway, so I'm going to go to the very top thing that I have, and this is will always be the name of what this site is. So this site is called the Moodle Gradebook Workshop. For most of you, it'll be the course title, but I'm going to go to that very first thing in my gradebook setup, and that is going to be where I'm going to change that course total value. So I'm right here. I'm going to scroll across to where it says actions and these three dots here, and then I'm going to click on the edit category link. Okay, there was edit category. And here, what I'm going to go down to is where it says category total. This may be unexpanded. If it's closed, and you're going to want to expand it up. I'm going to scroll down to find where it says grade display type. Okay. Under here, grade display type, I have a whole bunch of different things that you can see. So the letter percentage, right? So the one that I use, one that I really like, is this real and percentage. Because what this shows is that sum total. So I can see what sort of is going into what the value is, that sum value is. And then I can see next to that in parentheses, the percentage of the total grade that they would have. So what is my sort of the percentage score that the student has for the course? So I'm going to shift this to the real percentage and then show you just what that looks like in the gradebook. So I shift this, I click Save Changes. Now, in order to see this, I'm going to go back over here to the grader report. Right, so I'm back in that initial view, and I scroll over, and here you see. So I still have that sum total here, but now I see the percentage. And oh, it looks like student one's doing really well here. So my others are, they're still all got B's. So they're all doing pretty well. They've got A's or B's. So I'm really liking where my students are here, but you can see what this is. It's a lot easier to understand this from this view. Now, if I want to change this to a letter, I do exactly the same thing, right? So I'll go over here to the grader report. I'll go down to gradebook setup. And remember, I don't go to the bottom. I go to the top here. I look for this top item, across the actions, edit category. And then I scroll down to where it says grade display type. And then I just change that to real letter. Save changes. I can go back across to the grader report. And then I could see what the scores are for each of those students. All right, there are a couple of gotchas here, or more correctly, things you want to be aware of. The first one is you want to make sure that the letters that Moodle is assigning to your final grades are the ones that match your syllabus or match your departmental policy. So just double check this when you're in Moodle. If you're going to assign these, if you're going to set that grade column to show the letter, you'll want to go and make sure that that scheme is the same. So you'll check this under here, under this drop down menu where it says grade report, and you'll scroll down to where it says grade letters, or grade report, grade letters. And then you'll look at the grades that are assigned here, the letter grades that are assigned here, and look at the point values that match there. If they match what your syllabus says, you're good to go. You don't need to make any changes. If they don't, you'll click on this edit button, and then you'll be able to change those as you see fit. So the other gotcha is, let me go and show, so I'm going to get out of here, tell you what the other gotcha is. The other gotcha is how that final column displays. So let me go back here to the grade report. So when I'm in without my editing mode on, I see the course total displayed as I set it to display. Right now it's showing that sum with the letter grade. If I turn on the edit mode, so I can add, so I can edit into this window in the grader report window. So let me turn the edit window on. That display reverts to only showing the sum, right? So when I have the edit mode on, I only see the sum. In order for me to see those grades as I want to see, whether it's the percent or the letter grade or however I've set that up, I need to make sure that the edit mode is off. And then I see it properly. So that's it.